Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. In today's video, I'm going to share my current morning skincare routine with you. I just got done working out. I'm nice and sweaty. I need to jump under my shower. But before I do so, I'm going to start cleansing my face outside the shower. I double cleanse morning and night. And the reason I double cleanse in the mornings as well is when I first get up, I apply some sunscreen. I take Bean for a walk. Then I work out. Then I do my morning skincare routine. So as far as sunscreen, this morning I applied the Skinbetter Advanced Mineral Protection. This is a tinted SPF. It has an SPF of 75 and it is water resistant for up to 80 minutes. So this is what I applied this morning. It is quite thick, but wearing this, I feel like I'm just wearing a blanket of protection. And if I need something even more water resistant, if I'm going for a run or something, I will use the Evi sunscreen. In my opinion, this is the best SPF for being physically active. This one is great as well, but like I said, if I need something even more water resistant or sweat resistant, this is what I use. But both of these are challenging to remove, which is why I do a double cleanse in the mornings as well. So I'm just going to use my Beauty of Josean cleansing oil and massage that in. Now usually I would already be naked, so I can just jump under the shower and rinse this off, but this is not that kind of channel. So let me take my clothes off and jump under the shower. Under the shower, I'm going to wash my face with, I just had it, with the Regelica Water Lily cleanser. This is a beautiful cleanser. I have repurchased this one, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 times. I do have one under the shower and one on my sink. So this is what I'm going to use in the shower, and then I will be back. All right, nice and clean. Let me see if I can clip this to my robe. There we go. So in the mornings, I use a couple different modalities or at-home skincare devices. I use Microcurrent and I use LED. And I'm also currently testing a new laser. I've only been testing it for about a week or so, so I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but I'm happy to share it with you. But usually in the mornings, I do either Microcurrent and or LED. I usually alternate between the two, but if I do have a bit of extra time, since neither of them take a whole bunch of time, I will even do both. So I thought it might be helpful to show you how I use both, since I get quite a few questions on the devices I use. So for Microcurrent, I have been using for, I don't know how many years now, the Ziip Halo. This is the Ziip Halo 0.0, I think they call it. This is the updated Ziip Halo. If you have the original Ziip Halo, it's fantastic. No need to upgrade. So right now, since my skin is completely clean, I'm going to apply some of the Ziip Halo conductive gel. Personally, I like the crystal, but all of the gels are fantastic. What's great about the gels is that they really don't dry out, because while using the Ziip, I take about, I don't know, 10 pumps or so. While using the Ziip doesn't take a long time. Sometimes I get carried away. I will watch a YouTube video or something and just keep going with my Ziip and maybe use it for 20 minutes or half an hour, and the gel does not dry out. So I apply this all over, even my lips, because I do like to do the lip program. Let me wipe this off my hands. And then I'm filming on my iPhone and I have the Ziip app on my iPhone. So I'm gonna have to turn this off real quick, get into the app, then I'll be back. All right, so the Ziip Halo does come with an app. However, you don't have to use the app. The device itself has a pre-programmed program, which is 4 minutes long, which for the longest time, that was really the only thing I was using. But then I got into the app and I started really enjoying it. So lately I have been using the Instant Lift, which is what I'm using right now, as well as the Jowl program and the lip program. Sometimes I also do the plumping program. It just depends. It depends on how much time I have and what I feel like I need that day. I also really like the, what is that one called? Collagen something. I will put it right here. That one is just nanocurrent and you really don't feel much, but I feel it gives my skin just this beautiful glow and just makes it healthier looking. So this right here is the Instant Lift, and I've done it plenty of times. I kind of know it by heart. I'm not going to make you sit here for 6 minutes and watch me do this, but once I get to these, so I'm going to do 3 minutes on this side, 3 minutes on the other side, and then once I get to the Jowl program, I will come back. I just recently started using the Jowl program. I don't have the most flattering lighting here in my bathroom. And one day I looked in the mirror and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting jowls. So I started using this program. Fingers crossed it works. But if you're not familiar with Microcurrent, I actually have a whole video on the Ziip Halo, which I made with Melanie Simon, the founder of the Ziip Halo. I will link it down below in case you missed it. But just in a nutshell, Microcurrent increases ATP, cellular energy, which in turn helps with collagen and elastin production. It also gives your facial muscles a slight lift, similarly to lifting weights. Let's say I do a bicep curl, right? First of all, afterwards, my bicep, or not just one bicep curl, but bicep curls. Afterwards, my bicep muscle is nice and pumped up. Now, if I only do bicep curls one time, that's going to go away. But if I continuously do bicep curls, my muscle is going to be more defined. Kind of same principle. Microcurrent is definitely something you have to do on a regular basis to see results. You are going to get an instant lift right after. But again, similarly to me pumping up my bicep, if I just do that one time, it's going to go away. So it is something that has to be done continuously, just like everything else in life. So that was 2 minutes on one side. I'm going to finish up the Jowl program. Then I have to turn this back off and go back into my app, and I will do the lip program. So I just did a total of 12 minutes. The Instant Lift is 6 minutes. I'm just wiping this off. The Jowl program is 4 minutes, and the lip program is 2 minutes. Like I said, I don't always do all of these programs at the same time. Depending on how much time I have, I might just do the Instant Lift, or if I have more time, I will add a few programs or do some of the programs more than once. Like the lip program, I really like doing more than once. And if I do it 2 or 3 times, my lips are nicely plumped. Again, it's temporary. It's something I have to continue doing to continue to see results. But let me wash off this gel and then we will continue. Now I just use water to rinse off the gel. I don't wash my face again. But for my first step, after using the Ziip Halo, or if I just come out of the shower, for months and months, I was actually using the Regelica Immunity Essence. I've talked about this a bunch on my channel before. It is a beautiful essence. It contains a DNA repair enzyme, a vitamin C derivative, and some other beautiful ingredients. I've gone through maybe 4 or 5 of these bottles, and you can see this is a big container. But currently I'm not using this because I have been testing a new product for the past 2 months now. And the product is by Rewritten. It is called Show the Face Up. You may have seen the video I made with Cynthia Garcia, the founder of Rewritten. If you missed the video, I will link it down below. But this is a Senolytic anti-aging serum. If you have been here for a little while, you may remember that I take Senolytic compounds internally. I take fisetin as well as quercetin. And I do so to help my body clear out senescent cells. I actually have a whole video on this. If you have not seen it, I will also link it down below. But just in a nutshell, senescent cells, which are also known as zombie cells, are cells that stop dividing but don't die. And as we age, they accumulate and can cause a whole bunch of havoc in our body as well as our skin. So Cynthia developed this Senolytic serum, which contains Alpine Rose Active, a botanical extract with clinically studied senolytic activity. On top of the Alpine Rose extract, let me show you the consistency. It's kind of a milky but very light serum. On top of the Alpine Rose extract, this contains tetrahexyldecylascorbate, which is a vitamin C derivative. However, it does contain less than 3% of tetrahexyldecylascorbate. It also contains niacinamide as well as neurophroline, which is a plant extract that is said to counter the effects of stress on the skin. I have been using this for about 8 weeks now. I'm on my second container and I just purchased my third one. It is impossible for me to say whether this indeed helps my skin get rid of senescent cells. I wouldn't know how to tell, but what I can tell you is that I really like using it. It feels lovely on my skin. It's very hydrating, very soothing, and it gives me a lovely glow. But as far as senescent cells, like I said, I don't know how to tell whether this helps my skin purge senescent cells or not. Fingers crossed, it actually does. If you use or have used a topical senolytic, let us know down below. I did try OneSkin when it first came out, which is a similar concept. It also is supposed to help with senescent cells. It uses a peptide to do so. That one my skin didn't like at all. It actually burned my skin. Versus the Show the Face Up, I have zero irritation from. But again, does it get rid of senescent cells? Who knows? Next, I'm going to apply my vitamin C serum. Now, I get lots of products sent to me and I also purchase a lot of skincare products. I'm not saying you should use all of these products. It's something I really enjoy. I'm a bit of a skincare junkie, always have been, even as a little girl. But the skincare products that are a must for me in the morning are an antioxidant to help with free radical damage and sunscreen. Those are really the two skincare products I would not want to go without in the morning. The rest is just fluff. Like I said, I really enjoy it. Do some of them do wonderful things for my skin? Hopefully. But are they necessary? No. So if you're not into skincare, I think really you could get away with just wearing sunscreen if you absolutely had to, but sunscreen is a must, and maybe an antioxidant such as vitamin C or a different antioxidant. Now for the past probably 6 months, I was actually using this antioxidant serum right here called Asta C by Dr. Whitney Bowe. And I really, really like it. This is actually my second container. This contains tetrahexyldecylascorbate again, but at a higher concentration than the Show the Face Up. And it also contains astaxanthin. It's a beautiful, beautiful, I believe it has something else wonderful in it that I can't think of right now. I will put it right here. But you can see it's sort of an orange serum because of the astaxanthin. However, it does not stain my skin. It sinks in beautifully, and it is a beautiful antioxidant serum, which I will definitely repurchase at some point because I have really been enjoying it. But for the past 3 weeks, I have been trialing the new Maysama vitamin C serum. Now, if you've been here for a little while, you have heard me talk about Maysama. In fact, Bev Sanderson, the founder of Maysama, has been on my channel numerous times, and Bev will actually be back on my channel in September. We will probably be talking about LED. So if you have any questions for Bev, you know she is a wizard when it comes to LED, leave them down below. LED, skincare, anything you want to ask Bev, please leave your questions down below. But Bev just recently came out with her Exosome serum. This is a gold stabilized vitamin C serum. It contains L-ascorbic acid, which is usually quite unstable, stabilized by glutathione, and gold submicroparticles. This also contains plant exosomes from green microalgae, a couple of peptides, and some other gorgeous ingredients. Like I said, this is L-ascorbic acid, and my skin can be quite sensitive to L-ascorbic acid. There are really not too many L-ascorbic acid serums I can use on my face, and particularly my neck. But this one is gorgeous. Again, it is sort of a light, milky consistency. And I think I already said I have been trying this for the past maybe 3 weeks now. I can take this onto my neck with zero irritation, which is lovely. It sinks right in. By the way, if you're wondering why I look so sweaty, this heat wave here in Germany or Europe is just not stopping. We got here, 2 months ago, and it has been 90 plus degrees every single day. Today is 95 again outside, which means it's 95 in here because we don't have air conditioning. So even though I just showered, I'm already sweating again. But anyways, this is a beautiful vitamin C. I have really been enjoying it. And like I said, I have zero sensitivity to it, which is lovely. If you have tried this, let us know down below. Now, this would usually be when I do my LED light therapy. And I'm going to do so right now. I have my mask right here, talking about Bev Sanderson. Bev also came out not too long ago with her new Aura LED face mask, which is incredible. I would go as far as to say that this is the best LED face mask on the market right now. I will talk more about it in a separate video, or maybe I let Bev explain the whole science behind this. But just in a nutshell, it fits incredibly snugly, which is lovely because we want the LEDs as close to the skin as possible. It also has a little adjustable submantle part right here. It's incredible. It has 3 different programs. It has pulsed light technology and so on. Oh, and it doesn't have a cable either, which makes multitasking incredibly easy. I'm going to put this on right now it does have when you turn it on, it automatically goes to a 6-minute program. I always adjust it to the 10-minute program. Did I do it? Nope. There we go. And then I just put it on and I multitask while I use this. So I am going to apply some moisturizer right now to my body, get dressed, and then I will be back. All right, body is all lotioned up. I'm dressed. All of that while I did my red light therapy. Now you may be wondering why I applied a couple of serums before using my mask. Bev actually designed her vitamin C serum to be used with LED light therapy. Now, to be honest, I am not sure about the show the face up, but I'm assuming since it doesn't contain a whole bunch of heavy oils, that it is okay to be used with red light therapy. But again, I'm not quite sure. But I do know that Bev actually designed her vitamin C serum to be used with red light therapy. So the last thing I'm going to apply, or 2 more things I'm going to apply, one is moisturizer. And for the last, I don't even know how long now, maybe 8 months or so, I have been using this one right here called Bowe. I've talked about this before in other videos. Same brand. I showed you the antioxidant serum from earlier. But this is just a lovely moisturizer. It is nicely hydrating and light. And it's also quite calming. In fact, I talked about this in another video. I was trying a different moisturizer I really wanted to try. And within a couple of days, my skin was on fire. I went back to this moisturizer, and within a day, my skin was back to normal. So it is a very calming, very hydrating, just lovely moisturizer. I am on my 2nd container, and I have a refill in my cupboard. Aside from really liking this moisturizer, I also like that this brand does refills. So like I said, I'm on my second container, but once I had this glass container, all I needed to do was just purchase a refill, which I think is great. I really appreciate when brands do this because I have so many products and so much waste. And living in Germany now, the trash situation and the recycling situation here is on a whole nother level. I'm used to it from growing up here, though when I was a child it wasn't quite as crazy. My husband is so stressed out by it. We have a blue container for paper. We have a black one for Restmüll. That means everything that doesn't go into any of the other cans goes into that one. We have a brown one for compost. Then there is the yellow sack, which is a yellow plastic sack. And you put all packaging material in that one, aside from glass. Glass you carry into town and you separate it by clear, brown and green. We haven't figured out yet what to do with blue glass, but it is quite complicated. I appreciate it because the planet needs us to do something, but it is quite complicated and my husband is so stressed out by it because not only does he not know what goes where, but some of the trash, like the paper, only gets picked up once a month. Restmüll gets picked up twice a month. Yellow gets picked up twice a month. And like I said, the glass you have to carry into town. So my husband is so stressed out by not knowing what to put where and that it doesn't get picked up that frequently because the containers are quite small. Anyways, long story short, because of that and because the planet really needs us to do something, I appreciate when companies do this, actually make refills. So this is a beautiful moisturizer and I appreciate that the company has refills. Now lastly, I am going to of course use sunscreen, the most important step of any morning skincare routine. But I like to let my moisturizer sink in for about 10 minutes or so, just to make sure I'm not diluting my SPF. So I will be back in about 10 minutes. All right, most important step of a morning skincare routine, sunscreen. Now I have a whole drawer full of sunscreen because I test them for this channel. But the one I have been reaching for the most is the new beauty of Josean. I've talked about this one a bunch. It is a chemical Korean SPF. It is absolutely beautiful. I love how light it is. It is, as you can see, untinted. It is very light. It sinks in easily. It reapplies beautifully. And while it is a chemical SPF, it does not irritate my somewhat reactive skin nor my eyes at the slightest. You can see it sinks in absolutely beautifully. And like I said, it also reapplies beautifully. So this is my current morning skincare routine. Again, do you need all these different steps? Absolutely not. And this is the most important step of any morning skincare routine. And I would say an antioxidant such as vitamin C, astaxanthin, or a different antioxidant can also be quite beneficial to help with free radical damage. And vitamin C can also help to increase the efficacy of our sunscreen. So this is my current morning skincare routine. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know what is your current morning skincare routine. Please share down below. Any other questions or comments, of course, please share them down below. Always love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.